morning, players. So we have breaking news regarding the OceanGate submersible Titan. According to reports, honey, debris has been discovered in the search area, and this comes hours after they may have ran out of breathable air. Y'all grab your tea and have a seat because it's going to be a lot. So as we know, on Sunday, the OceanGate submersible Titan went missing an hour and 45 minutes after they attempted a mission to view the Titanic wreckage. 4 people paid $250,000 to view this wreckage, and also the pilot was the CEO of the company OceanGate. At the time that the submersible was launched, OceanGate indicated they had about 96 hours of breathable air. And of course, that has continuously went down as the Coast Guard has tried to search for this missing craft. So as of this morning, if the Coast Guard calculated correctly, these people are out of breathable air. As of this morning, the Coast Guard and about 8 other ships have continued their around-the-clock search. And this morning, they actually found some debris, and they are currently evaluating this debris to see if it came from that submersible.
Hey there, Jose. So within the past few minutes, we saw a tweet from the U.S. Coast Guard saying a debris field was discovered within the search area by an ROV near the Titanic. Experts within the Unified Command are evaluating the information. Debris field, they're trying to figure out what that is, if it has anything to do with the submersible. The Coast Guard planning a briefing at 3 p.m. this afternoon.
Now, yesterday, the New York Times dropped a bombshell report regarding the CEO of OceanGate, who was also the pilot of this submersible. According to the New York Times, Stockton Rush's wife, Wendy, is actually descendants of 2 people who died on the Titanic in 1912. Isidore and his wife were one of the richest people aboard the Titanic when it sank. Her story has been depicted in many documentaries and also the iconic movie, The Titanic. Isidore and his wife had been married for 40 years. Now, she was offered a spot on the lifeboat, but she refused to save herself. She actually stayed behind, and the last time that they were seen on the Titanic, they were arm in arm. Isidore's body was later discovered weeks later after the ship sank, but his wife was never found. Now, on to this debacle. The stepson of one of the billionaires on the submersible actually went to a Blink-182 concert. He posted this picture saying his family would want him to be there. And baby, the internet streets was as hot as a firecracker, and that's including Cardi B.
And people is like, well, what is he supposed to do? Be sad at the house? Is he supposed to go look for himself? Yes. You're supposed to be at the house sad. You're supposed to be crying for me. You're supposed to be right next to the phone waiting to hear any updates about me. Isn't it sad that you a whole fucking billionaire and nobody gives a fuck about you? Like,
after Cardi B, the trolling began, honey, and he decided to defend himself.
Believe it or not, I have about $100 to my name. I can't go out to the ocean. I have a legal situation keeping me here as well. I can't get on a flight. I don't have a passport. I was sitting here yesterday watching the news for 2 days straight. I go to a Blink-182 show because they have a ticket. It wasn't like I was having super fun. It wasn't like I was celebrating, having a great time. I was kind of just listening to some of my all-time favorite songs, kind of like nodding my head. There's nothing I can do for the situation at all. So my homegirl, my online friend Brea, I always talk to her on Twitter. We have a playful back and forth. And I respond to a comment like I do every day. And basically the media flips out on it. And she wished me well. She wished my family well. That's all you want. But it's like, come on. Give it a break. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
I declare, honey, what a disgrace. He tried to defend himself on Twitter and ended up using a lot of racial epithets. You see him there calling someone's mama the N-word. And he decrees and declares that in his hood, he can say the N-word. And of course, the internet was able to find out that he was fresh out of prison. He was stalking a DJ and threatened to bang up a music festival. So after this exposure, he deactivated his social media account. So right now, they will be continuing the search. Players, put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mother.